Yo, what's up? And welcome to another episode of your favorite wrestling podcast. I'm Crunk Chocolate. I'm here with my show bros, Grego, Devin the Dude. How's it going?
It's another good day in the neighborhood. I got Dynamite over here glancing over me, and we got your favorite wrestling podcast, up here live. So what's good?
Another day with the bros. We out here. Let's get it.
We out
Who can
here.
ask for anything better?
Quick question. If you're a wrestler, you have you have that thing when the camera pans to you. Are you like a Ricky Saint and you're like a hand movement? Are you like a smize? Are you a pose? Like what do you do when you get that like final shot before it cuts away?
You know what? I every so often I think about this kind of stuff, and the person who actually
Thank you.
sticks out in my mind as far as if I was to do it, being the chocolate brother that I am, is Moose. Like I just like that. Just that the way that his theme music goes, that like he kind of pulses with the music. I'm like, oh, that works. Like that works. And of course, you start to like Moose. I'm like, okay. Like we're we're in a good space right here. But that kind of stuff is like it's funny that like now I think that the business of wrestling, the sport of wrestling is probably the blackest it's ever been as far as on a major scale. And of course I think about it, I'm like, damn, like if I had actually thought about it back then, like back when I was like 2021, which I did, because back then you didn't quite see the growth of the movement. So it's like, I ain't trying to be a wrestler and be scrubbed out. Like that wasn't the ministry for me. But of course I see it now and I'm like, damn, like I could have been a part of that. So like it's always like I don't want to say it's a what if, but it's like, damn, it probably would have been real dope right now, but it is what it is.
Yeah, man.
Yeah, same. 36 years old. My time is past, but you always wonder what if I'd gone through that. I always think about just doing something off the top rope one time. A little 450 splash or swanton, something like that. But hey, that's what we got video games for nowadays.
Hey, we actually, Seth Rollins' wrestling gym is actually in my area. It's like 15 minutes away.
Oh wow!
So I mean, you guys could probably join a camp. Come to the Quad Cities, do a little wrestling camp. Do a day, doing the bumps, seeing how running on the ropes.
Listen, at my big boy age now, like I know out like the moment I will take a backdrop, I'd be like, no, we're good. We're entirely good.
I mean, Devin, you've been working out. I see the grind photos. Like, what about you? How do you think you'd handle those ropes? You think you'd be able to take a bump?
I could bounce off the ropes a couple times. It's always funny, like you watch these shows and you see all these like jacked athletes and college football players and gymnasts. And then, they bounce off the ropes a couple times and they're done. They're gasping for air and so on and so forth. So it's always interesting to see, kind of that wake up call to it. But I try anything once.
Oh man, that's hilarious. Yeah, I would try it, but I, like you said, I would be like, so we're doing this again, and then you gotta knock me down, and then I gotta get up, and then we're gonna wrestle.
That's always the impressive thing to me. That's always the impressive thing to me, because I'm like just like when you talk about like the necessary reflexes and reaction times that's needed to be able to bump, get back up, get dropped again,
roll over, jump kick,
and like And of course, like if you're really advanced, like you might have a guy that's able to call it in the ring, and it's like, oh wow, so you really have to really be alert at that point. So yeah, like you don't have time to wait to get your breath. It's like, hey, I gotta stay in the moment and be there. So it like when they say don't try this shit at home, I'm like, dog, like y'all have no idea. Like
No,
shit.
I have tried it at home, and I tried it on trampoline, and it didn't go great. So
shoot, if you can't do a trampoline, you definitely don't want to do
it's too much balance. Like you can damn near kill somebody on one of those things, which is why like nobody has trampolines anymore. That's why they go to parks.
And especially given what happened this past weekend, I'm like, nah, I'm cool. I'm cool on that. I'm entirely cool on that.
Yeah. Bro almost died. Like, what happened, bro? Like, y'all, catch that man. Catch that man. Y'all gotta, if you gotta break kayfabe for a second, y'all gotta do that, but y'all gotta catch that man.
I'm like that shit. I was like, dude, do y'all like him? Like, what happened? Like,
I mean, honestly, even if he didn't like him, like he could have died. Like, I understand not liking somebody, but he almost died.
Yeah, for those of y'all that don't know, we're talking about the bump that happened with Leon Slater at TNA Rebellion this past weekend in LA. Yeah, like the exhibition match. He took the flip off the top of the X thing up top, and that's a good 20 feet in the air, and yeah, he caught all face.
Nobody caught that, man.
If it hadn't been for AJ Top Dollar, like at least like breaking this fall at least a little bit, that could have been a real incident. But again, don't try this shit at home. I know it sounds dope. I know it sounds fun, but if no.
All those people learned at that moment, no, I don't actually want to be a wrestler. Like they want to be wrestlers, but you really aren't about that life to be. Because those are the type of things that really does get you. If you're in the WWE and nobody catches the person, and everybody moves out of the way, like you're getting punished for that. Like it's just the safety. They're a family. It's like a whole thing. But also, I would hope there'd be someone to be like, hey, this idea is a little crazy. Can we figure out?
That's my big thing right there. Is where like. People always have like crazy ass ideas as far as like what they think might be able to get over and bring attention to them and everything. And sometimes like I want to say we might have talked about this before, but it's like sometimes you have to kind of be stopped from your own worst instincts and just be like, hey, it might sound cool at first, but once like it's one of those things where it's like you have to try it to realize why you shouldn't do it.
If you did
if you even get that far in the first place, I'm like, no, because again, it's
you need like 12 people. They would also need to be cushioned. He should have been
there's like 6 or 7 people on the floor outside. It's like, dog, like again, just somebody just say, hey, I got you. And I guess I like that's one of the things about those kind of spots where it's like because like first part is that in a lot of cases, they always look way too telegraphed, to where it's like it doesn't feel like it's spontaneous. It just feels like, okay, like I'm positioned here because I'm supposed to catch you. Second part is it almost like because you know that you're that athletic, it's almost like there's no real struggle to you doing it. It's like I feel like you have to take away part of the execution and add more struggle to it, so that way you feel like, hey, this isn't easy to do. Because if everybody thinks it's easy, then that's how everybody and their mama thinks that, hey, I can go ahead and do this shit. I'm like, no.
I mean, that does not look easy.
Everybody ain't built for it. Everybody ain't built for this.
Thank you for that video. That has taught us that it is not. It is not.
Everybody ain't built for it.
Do not do that. Do not do that.
This is your public service announcement from your favorite wrestling podcast.
Okay. I was trying to figure out. It's like, do we start off with something super interesting,
That was interesting.
But I mean, yes, but I'm talking about of WWE. That situation was honestly, I saw it and I moved on. I just like all these people are stupid. That was kind of my quick thoughts on all of them. Big dummies.
You big dummy.
I
ain't no dummy.
Here we go.
Judgment. What we got, boss man?
It's basically over, right? Because
not quite,
Liv Morgan,
but almost.
Hold on. Let me land. Liv Morgan, she's going off to a really prestigious and fancy movie, and they're saying once you find out the information about who she's in the movie with and who's directing it, that's when you'll take it so seriously. And honestly, I'm here for it. I mean, she's a little cutie. She's been able to kind of like show that she can play with emotions here, and I mean, it's a good look for WWE. Whatever she does, I'm a supporter. I'm gonna be there for her. So it's like Dom, he's doing his thing, which makes you think he's actually gonna get a really good run because she can't leave and then he loses his title. Yeah. We got Finn Balor, JD McDonough, he's back, but him and the person who brought him into Judgment Day, Finn Balor, don't seem to be on the same page. What's going on there? This obviously Dom is gonna become very annoying. He's probably gonna bring in another person. Like what's going on with that? Like obviously, I'm mostly focused on the champ, Dom. Oh man, recognize, gotta show the bro some love, you know.
I mean, I think that there's especially since Dom and Finn will still be there.
The best luchador.
That Dom's a fool. But I think because those two are still there, like you still have that story to tell as far as just like basically the internal breakup of the Judgment Day. So basically by the time that Liv gets back, you're like, yeah, everybody's gone. And they're out doing their own thing. I think
Raquel.
Yeah, that's my thing. I'm like, what's gonna happen with Raquel? Because I feel like, she finally, is catching.
And they're tag team champs. Like, what does that mean?
I guess that those belts about to go away or something.
What's going on?
Or shit, they could be like Judgment Day last year, and like because Finn and JD had the belts and like they barely ever defended them. But I do think that at the very least, like I said, you still have Dom and you still have Finn, so like there's still something to be done there, and they can either try to go ahead and just get right to it, or they can try to slow burn it until Liv gets back. So there's a lot of different directions they go there, but I do think that the eventual conclusion will be the Judgment Day as we know it is done. Kind of like the bloodline seems to be a little done right now, but
a little dumb,
a little done. It's a little done right now. I mean, some they've been
medium,
like they've been
that shit is ash right now, bro.
they've been going with the Judgment Day for like the better part of 3 years. I mean, like I think we talked about last week. Like they're all their original members are out of the group, so it's like the fact that they've been able to stretch it out this long speaks very well to the creative and their execution to it. But sometimes you got to go ahead and just pivot and be like, hey, we're going to do something else. Give you guys some wings to fly and see what comes from it.
See what happens.
Okay. And speaking of, bloodline,
maybe somebody will get Carlito a good home.
Let's quickly go through this. Logan Paul is Jey Uso's first prey. That is, and honestly, it's a really good one because obviously he's legitimizing Jey because he just came out, talked his shit, kicked him, dropped him, and it's Logan, so everyone's like, "Fuck that guy," and Jey is kicking that guy, and we want to fuck that guy, So like, it's a beautiful like first person to take out. Like everybody is very happy to see him beat that. He needs to have the win. I'm all for it. Yeah.
Yeah, absolutely.
Go ahead, Devin.
No, I like it. I think it's a good start for Jay's reign.
Yes.
With the ultimate heel in a sense, right? And they both kind of have the same personality, for lack of a better term, that same aura, if you will, that superstar aura. So I like this. I really liked Jay's energy towards it, right? He really talked that talk, I think, on Monday, and I really enjoyed that part of it. I really liked he was like, oh, you thought, just because I beat Gunther, that I'm done, I really like that. So it's cool. I definitely, it's something where, you can see Logan Paul really getting the best of him up until Backlash. So I do like, how that can play off. And no, I'm excited about it. Like it's really a good match. Logan Paul is still kind of coming off of his victory against AJ Styles at WrestleMania as well. So it's a good opportunity for both of them to showcase their work in that sense. And no, I'm for it. I'm here. I like it. I think it's a great first opponent. And yeah, no, I'm excited to we know Jay's not dropping the belt to Logan Paul. We know that
at all.
part. So so we kind of have that, but but entertain me up until that point. So and I think they will do that.
Let's go.
So that's my thing, because it's his first opponent, I feel like it almost feels automatic that Jay should win. I feel as though if it wasn't for this thing they're cooking up with Seth and Heyman, I would say that if it wasn't for that, I would say one, Logan shouldn't be his first opponent, and two, I would actually say that it wouldn't be too crazy if he actually beat Jay. But because it's the first guy out the gate, I feel like it's kind of
what?
Like he might give him a done deal, but
yeah, bro, you are brutal.
Oh yeah,
if the idea was there, you could.
I could see Logan as champ. I could.
It's believable.
I didn't say that, but now
that's what I'm saying. Like because it's the first guy, I don't feel like it would happen. Like if it had been like his second or third guy down the road, I'd be like, okay, then it'd be like, okay, maybe this could happen. But yeah, like I feel like because it's the first guy, it's like they're not gonna do it that fast. Like even I was like, it might not be a long run, but first guy.
But damn near a month.
No. It might be 2 months.
He'll probably drop it to Seth, but no, Logan. No, but no, I completely agree. If this was maybe like his third opponent or something like that, it might have happened. Because we know at some point this man is going to get a belt. At some point, they are cooking it up for this man to get a belt. So prepare yourself for that. Remember
the fact that
yes. He's had a belt before. We've seen it before.
But no, I'm talking like he'll be a world champ.
Heavyweight belt. A heavyweight belt.
And I feel like, especially since I feel like this year, I actually do feel like he's kind of stepped it up as far as being around more often. Because honestly, I was kind of surprised that he was there for Raw. Because I feel like, of course, he'll have his Mania match and then he might take out like a month and a half or 2 months and then come back, but like he's getting right back to it. And I feel like you could probably this is something that you could probably definitely get at least 2 matches out of at the bare minimum. And
that's Mrs. Son. That's Mrs. Son.
And help get Jay over as champ. But yeah, it ain't Logan's time yet. But I do feel that it's definitely coming.
Indeed,
he needs to thank Miz. Because
I
he
mean,
told him to come and prove it. He got to his face. Like, obviously, Logan handled things, but still, he called him out. Here he is now. And also what The Miz did, coming from where he came from, doing what he did. You just broke it all open for those
reality stars.
I did like the spot that they did backstage where Sammy was talking to Jay, and then like as soon as Sammy came out the shot, whop, I was like, oh, like just like when you're able to just do things in a way where like people don't quite see it coming, it's like, oh, like again, like I feel like that's the kind of stuff that you need to work to create at least a little bit of doubt, to where it's like, okay, maybe Jay might have to, dig into the bag again. Maybe he had to lock in that sleeper hold again since he put out Gunther with it. But like I said, we'll see what cooks with this. No, of course it's a quick turnaround because Backlash is not this Saturday but next Saturday, so they don't have long to do it.
They're
but
fast tracking.
We'll get right to it. I feel like they realized that because the build the Mania was so long, it's like, yeah, we got to go ahead and get right back in the swing of things.
And the fact that his knockout is literally just like a one-hitter quitter. Like,
one-hitter quitter.
Just a sleeper. Just like whack. Out.
So,
it's kind of embarrassing. That's what I'm saying.
That big show, boy.
I know, but for his like tiny tail,
I mean,
it's one of those things they spent the time.
He got those plates in his hands.
I know. They spent a lot of time early on explaining that part, but it's one of those things that's going to become so long that he's going to do it. People will forget that like you'll just randomly mention it, but everybody will be like, yeah, he just has a dope pun, because that's just what time does. Time kind of forgets and morphs and all of that stuff.
Indeed.
That's why you got that new finisher. Like, hey, like if it ain't one thing, it's gonna be the other thing. So
by the time people start unironically cheering for him, people won't care about any of that stuff. They'll just be like, they'll punch people and they'll be like, yeah.
I can't imagine anybody cheering.
Logan Paul.
He has such a punchable face that I'm like,
he's here. He is using this is sports washing. It's not that fucking money shit you hating ass nerds want to talk about. This is sports washing. He's coming to WWE to do the whole bad guy to a good guy, get yourself cheered by the crowd, which will reclaim your image. The further he kind of gets away from all the like he's a YouTuber, but he's been cleaning up his act for a while, and he's using WWE to like legitimize himself. Like whether like he always sucks, he's gonna suck. But I'm telling you. It's 5 years, and they could probably do it in 3 if they do it the right way.
That's the thing. Like, it's actually like I don't think people realize like it actually has been 3 already. Like since he first debuted.
Well, I'm just saying 3 more, and people will be cheering him.
All right, Roman. It'll take forever to finally get over.
That's what I'm saying. They're gonna figure it out. Like, people are gonna be cheering his ass, and honestly, what
you got to start making people acknowledge him and everything.
Not even all that, but it's just like John Cena, because John Cena is playing with that anyway. He's like completely breaking it, and everyone's kind of been talking about
everybody. It's everybody. Like
they're like flowing in between the like heel good guy, just depending on the situation. You may or may not be a good guy, bad guy type of thing, and some people hate that. The old school wrestling people hate that. They want it to be a little more obvious, where it's pretty ambiguous nowadays, and John Cena is just breaking that meter completely, and I'm here for it. I like what he's doing. We can actually go there now because it's at Backlash. That is the thing that we know that is happening. Mm-hmm. We also know Randy Orton's losing in front of his family, because that's kind of the wrestling trope, is you lose at home.
Not all the time, but I do feel like
I mean, you know the vibes though.
I mean, I again, it's one of those things where it's like, because it's the first defense, it's like he's not going to lose it this quickly. So it's like it almost feels automatic that he's not going to lose it this fast. Like, because here's the funny part about it: what if Randy beat him, and then but then dropped it right back. Yeah, loses it right back to see the set. Now he'd be at 18 world championships. Like, it's the funniest shit that could really happen here. But like, it's
if they do that, I'm honestly going to laugh and clap and be like, and that's what I'm saying. They're gonna break me because that's like. Yeah. So I've heard a lot of people talk about this, and there are some people who may get very angry when they talk about the idea of that happening. And
yeah. It doesn't just stop at 17. He's like, no, we're going to 18 now. What if we get 19? Like, you know what? It's like, we done.
It's kind of like the indification of WWE, where they're I feel like everything was kind of getting like, no, you do it this way. Whereas sometimes you go to these indie shows and wow, things happen, bro. And Io Sky winning the title to now going on the run that she's been on right now. I mean, it was the spontaneity is what we love about wrestling. Obviously, there are things that are obvious, but you want to make everything in every wrestling match believable.
Hey, Devin, you remember when he said he didn't want to see Cena, as champ? You remember when he said that?
I remember.
I also say I'm fake.
He did also say that. He also said he's faking. He said he's fake as fuck, boys. He said both.
Now he's ready for it. He's ready for it. He sees the vision now.
Sorry. Hey, well, that's what I'm saying. I am willing to be wrong. But that's also the fun thing about wrestling. If you sell me the story and it becomes fun, I'm in. I will mark. I will unironically mark. Like, I legit am in this, and I'm just like, let's fucking go. Be an asshole to Randy Orton.
But that's the thing. Like, it's like sometimes you just have to let the shit cook. Because like I was just seeing somebody talk about the Russo promo on Raw and how it's like, nah, that shit's corny. I'm like, dog, like, have we not learned anything, especially since Triple H has been in charge? The shit has to cook. Like, let that shit cook, and you'll get what you want eventually. Like, it doesn't always just come to you right away where it's all super obvious. Again, breaking the tropes of the past. Like I think the Triple H at least realizes that especially from how the old man was getting towards the end. It's like, you have to give people a reason to invest in it. And it's not going to be just so obvious right away. Like, you'd be like, okay, like, let me get this crumb here. Let me get a couple more crumbs here. And then eventually the picture starts forming like, oh shit. Cause I remember when people used to climb the fuck out of Judgment Day. And then again, we're 3 years into it. It's like, oh, it's been like one of the foundations of Raw for the past few years. So basically, sometimes you just got to let the shit cook and be like, okay, I get it now. I get it. Like, it makes. I still, like I said, he just needs a little bit of time to get it. He just needs a little bit of time. Like, we here now. We good.
That's fair. That's very fair.
And I think that's really where like the fandom comes in. Like, are you a fan of this industry, or are you just a big critique? And that's really where where the difference is. Are you here to just tear stuff down just to be a hater, or are you truly a fan? If you're truly a fan, you're gonna watch, you're gonna let it cook, and you're gonna get the full result of it, instead of like, if you don't get it the first week, oh, they're falling flat, and this is better, so on and so forth. Like, I can't stand it. Just let it happen. Let it cook legitimately, or else, like, if you want to get it, then sit back and just watch. God damn it.
But also, these jokes are gonna fly. These jokes are gonna fly. I'm gonna make fun.
It's one of those things where, because like,
and before you know it, I like it.
Like, especially given how Triple H was during WrestleMania week, like, he was getting all aggravated and everything, talking about like, just enjoy the show and everything. And I'm like, I hear you, but at the same time, like,
you gotta make me
you will have some moments where you do fall on your face, but at the same time, again, like, you gotta get there first. Like, it is not going to be just obvious right away. Everybody can't be like The Rock and dip out, 2 weeks in and be like, yeah, the final boss's work is done. Sometimes you got to go ahead and keep on moving.
Okay, Grego. Also, speaking of that, I got to give you your credit because, again, wrestling is one of those things I actually enjoy all of it. I accept it as for what it is, but I don't dive into the people's lives. I try to enjoy it as the very physical ballet that it is. And I started thinking about that stupid show that's coming out, and I got very distracted. Yeah, the idea of that. I got it way ahead of myself, so I'm gonna keep it moving.
You talk about Dwayne and his dumbness. Like we could always talk about that. We could
always. Nope, completely gone. But we have plenty to talk about. So,
Indeed.
the New Day. I enjoyed that. They watched the fight Finn Balor and Madonna versus the War Raiders, yes. And the New Day made fun of Judgment Day not wrestling when they had the titles.
Yeah. Like I said, they brought it up. It's like they went like a good 2 months without, like almost 2.5 months without defending the belts. That's why I'm like, hey, like if they want to, they don't have to have Liv and Raquel defend the belts. So you'd be like, hey, she's on vacation. I'm just over here holding it down, and they'll figure something out in the meantime. But I would like for somebody else to get a shot at the belts. I mean, like of course, like one of the first teams that kind of come to mind is the Meta Girls up in NXT, having them move up since especially since Meta.
They've been losing way too much on NXT.
They do win in NXT, but they're saying that they lose to the women that are on the main roster, and that's the thing. And I feel like they've been trying to get them exposure, and I feel like now that Metaphor is finally officially broken up, like, hey, go ahead and move them up to the main roster. Give them some time to shine, and they'll make it work. But like they don't, like, Liv and Raquel don't need the belts. I mean, they already have like the most title runs all the time. I'm like I think that, well, there is that, but because like I think Raquel's had like the belt like 5 times, and 4 of them have been with Liv, so she can find a partner and she'll probably win. But yeah, like go ahead and just get on somebody else right now. Just go ahead and do that.
Okay, so let's do that. Who's Devin? Who's her new tag team partner? Who does she have fill in for her?
Raquel.
Yeah.
I
got one.
Such a hard
Zoe.
sell for me,
Zoe.
man. Is she around? Where's she been?
Yeah. I mean, I feel like everybody who didn't have Mania plans, they kind of haven't been on TV in a hot minute. So yeah, I would say
So
Zoe.
they just dissolved the group she was in.
I mean, what's the name? Sonya got released, and Shayna. Shayna's still there. But yeah,
Shayna's still there.
She's in the same spot as Amos.
Yeah. And I've been like I like Zoe a whole lot when she was in NXT. I do feel like she's been on the main roster. She's kind of floundered. I mean, obviously they tried the totally not lesbian group up in the main roster, but like give her something where she could actually sink her teeth into, and maybe she might come out of her shell and everything. But that would be my choice. Other than that, Dakota, because they got history in NXT. Yes,
they benched the brakes off Dakota. They glued her ass to the seat, dog. They hot glued her to the bench.
I mean, like since EO's been,
is her wrestling bad? Like, what's your thing? Like, what do you think it is?
First and foremost, she is tiny, and she's hurt every other week.
She was hurt for like a good chunk of like the run with Damage Control. Like her knee was all fucked up.
I want to give you a chance, but like you're not around. Like it is what it is, and I like it gets to a point where like. I mean, just like in any other sports team, like we cannot invest in you if you're not going to play for us.
Yeah,
and that's really where it is with Dakota right now. Totally
agree. Like the one thing about wrestling that hasn't changed, no matter what, is that for the type of grind that you're going through, like you have to be healthy and available. And like again, like for a good chunk of that Damage Control run, like she was hurt. She was out, she was always out ringside, being the manager or whatever. And I feel like now that kind of like EO's kind of doing her own thing as champ. I'm not sure I feel like Kyrie might be coming back. I don't know, but of course Asuka's still out. So really, it's kind of like they're all doing their own thing. So it's like, yeah, like I feel like it kind of just left Dakota basically without a country now. And I would say that you put her with Raquel, that could be interesting because they have a lot of history from NXT, and that can easily become a thing very quickly.
If she's healthy, that's all I can say. I can see it, but you got to make it into the ring first.
That's fair. I mean, let's keep it for the ladies. Oh, here we go now. Sorry. Zelina Vega.
Let's go now. Here we go now. What?
Yo, like I was very, like, she must have had a really good day that day because her husband, Aleister Black, he came back to SmackDown last Friday, and then I think I want to say her match was right after that, and she ended up beating the longest reigning U.S. champion of all time, Chelsea Green, and she's like, I feel like she's another one where it's like she's such a tiny girl, so it's like you want to root for her, but at the same time, like the women's division kind of become its own low key Land of the Giants. So it's like, how do you break through that? And I think she found the right opportunity to get over on Chelsea. And yeah, we finally got a new U.S. champion. I'm very happy for her, and I'm really interested in like how do they craft this around her to where obviously she has these disadvantages as far as her size goes, but of course she's got spunk. She got spunk.
Absolutely, I
and
agree.
You want to take advantage of that, and maybe she might get a couple months out of this. So we shall see.
Yeah, no, very happy for her. She's definitely been somebody that's been around for a long time, and I think has definitely that low key respect of the fans. And yeah, no, she's scrappy for sure, and it could go well for her where they try to build her eventually maybe into a title picture one day, a bigger title picture one day. I like it, but I like where she is right now. Let it bubble, let it cook, and let's see where it goes with it. But yeah, I would like more opportunities to see her overall instead of really just kind of like that one. I don't want to say one-off appearance, but obviously like her Royal Rumbles are really where she shines the most. I would like to see her more in a regular capacity, and I think this is really that opportunity to do that, where she can really kind of talk more and cut more promos. I think people understand where she is skillfully, just where she is with her wrestling, and it's not bad at all. But that's really kind of just what you get with her. So let's expand her. Let's open her up a little more. And yeah, Chelsea is such a personality in herself, right? And she has the secret Hervis and all that, which again, a great name. And Piper Niven is also somebody I have a lot of respect for. I wish they would do more with her. She's so good when she's used properly. But yeah, no, I'm really happy for Zelina, and I'm excited to see more of her in this capacity.
And even with the whole Zelina thing, we got Roxanne, who out there was fighting Rhea Ripley. She's also a smaller person who took on a big, and she really held her own. She did really good. It took me obviously some time because at first I was like, how is Roxanne going to do this? And shout out to Rhea Ripley for being able to help sell that situation And then Thea Hell, if we're getting smaller, like she's gonna come in and she's tiny. So like it's like, how are they going to work this into like consistent wrestling? And it's just like different progresses of the same thing. Like Zelina, so we have seen that they can win the mid-card title. That's great. What can Zelina do? She can really be a trendsetter. We'll keep it going to even her boy, Aleister Black. Like, taking out the Miz, is that really like something like
it served its purpose, you know.
Hey, I think it served its purpose.
Yeah, like, you know.
Okay,
like,
but now what? Like, is he just gonna start finding the Miz and kicking him a couple of times? Like, because I feel like that's what happens when people, whenever you don't just randomly do it to the Miz once, whatever connection you have with him. I feel this feels like a Backlash thing. I don't know what's going on.
No, because like
okay,
if you
so who's kicking next then?
Who's on SmackDown? Oh, Grayson Waller. That'd be good. And Grayson and Austin Theory. That'd be good. But I mean, like that's the type of stuff that you want to do. Like when you bring someone on a debut, like give them something that'll get people buzzing, and whether it leads immediately to a feud with that immediate person or not, it at least gives you something where people will be like, oh, he out here, he means business and everything. Because like I always like go back to like when Brock Lesnar first debuted like 20 years ago. Like he came up in the middle of I want to say a 3-way match, and like he just wrecked shit on everybody. And of course, like he wasn't like one of the guys was Spike Dudley. Like he wasn't about to have a match with Spike Dudley. He's like, hey, all I'm here to do is use you as a human pincushion and just smash you all over the place. And like and you saw what he was all about from the jump. And like I said, it doesn't take much. All you got to do is just get the right buzz going, and we're off to the races. And I think that they like Miz is like he's in the soil at this point. So it's like he can do that, and it doesn't hurt him. So he'll be fine.
Okay,
right.
Well, Devin, how about this? Let's keep the conversation going. He's now taken out Miz. You guys don't think it's gonna be him again? We went Grayson Waller, obviously. Then Austin Theory. He's going after like smart asses. Who's the next step up? Because that's the whole thing, is to have him go up to somebody who, I guess he tried to hit the Black Mass too, and they duck or something, and then they have a stare down, and that's who he's having a match with. It's who is worthy enough of the Black Mass.
I mean, I would at least think that as things stand right now, that might lead to something possibly with Jacob Fatu with the U.S. title, at least.
I think that's a definitely legit build up, right?
I mean,
build up. Yeah, it's like how many fights before he gets there, though.
I mean, like that all depends. I mean, because of course, like it's not going to be a case of where like you, like he debuts here and then like within a month from now he's gonna get Jacob Fatu. I think that it's probably going to take like a few months to really build that momentum up to where
maybe SummerSlam.
Yeah, something like that.
So he has to take out people in between. That's what I'm asking.
Yeah,
who are these people?
I mean, he can really kind of do whatever, right? I think he can,
but it's not going to be just like him kicking everybody. Like eventually he's going to have matches. And he'll have storylines with those guys leading up to a guy like Jacob. So like I said, just
and those people are Grayson Theory and Austin, or Grayson Waller and Austin Theory. Yeah, Grayson Theory or Austin Waller.
If we want to talk about mid cards, we want to talk about the mid card belt. Why not? He's
not going to burn through too many guys again. Like he's going to get some time with like a couple guys until you get there. So like I said, just let it cook.
Yeah, attacking the Miz was just his. Like,
But how is it being cooked though? That's important.
It's only been 1 week. It's only been 1 week. Let it cook.
He's here. He's here to fuck
fried,
shit up.
Deep fried.
Like we just had this conversation.
But with one move, he just shows up and gets you.
Hey,
the Miz.
That's all you need.
Truth. These are guys that are just here to.
No, he better not do that to R-Truth.
No, he's not going to do it to R-Truth. But like the Miz and R-Truth are essentially the same person right now. Just as the value that they provide to the company.
Yeah.
Did you see Cena let down? You see R-Truth get let down by his hero John Cena? And like, I mean, that was just a real sad moment.
That was but no, he's going to have a legitimate match. He's going to have if not next week, the week after. There's going to be an announcement for the next SmackDown for him to have a fight with somebody.
So just relax. We'll get there.
Get him the fuck out of here.
But Grego, he's always like this and then give it 2 weeks. And he's going to be the
exactly.
I'm just saying the opposite of what you guys are saying. That like I got to do this. I got a pod, you know. And then by the time I enjoy it, you guys aren't enjoying it. So it's like it's fine.
I give it 2 weeks. I'm the biggest Aleister Black fan.
Oh God, no!
Right.
Oh my God.
You gonna have all the tattoos. You got all the tattoo sleeves.
Hey, and actually, I'm not a fan of John Cena. Like, but I like the story. Like the story's fine. Oh no, like it's. Like it's like I enjoy the theater of what it is. For the bad guy that he's portraying it. He's being an act, like, especially for John Cena. He's trying really hard. Like, you got to give it to him. Like he's trying so hard. Like, I want to recognize this. Actually, he's talking shit to kids. Like but also like it's also pushing him to a higher stratosphere because now he can be like rude to the kids in like a Ryan Reynolds kind of way. Like people love Ryan Reynolds.
I think that he's finding his groove as a heel, especially because that promo with Orton on Friday and just really tearing Randy down because of course like they have so much history together. And so it's they know each other so well. So, the fact that he expects, Orton to basically fuck up, in front of his hometown, in front of his family and friends.
And he says it. I love it.
Yeah. I mean, like, that's what, like, it's the good thing about Cena being champ is that you have guys that are ready-made and have that history to go right at Cena right away. So, they don't have long to cook on this, but it's going to be good. Like, whatever it gets to be really good.
And the reason why they don't need Rock around is because John Cena is just doing what The Rock does. But honestly, it's kind of more succinct. Like, he's being kind of like the a-hole. He's not obviously being like directly calling people like meth heads and herpes.
Go smoke some more crack.
Yeah, like he's not doing that kind of level. But for John Cena, what he is, he's still being kind of the rude, telling the fans that he doesn't care what the fans think. Like the fans will think what he thinks. Like it's a Sesame Street version of and so like you really can't put The Rock, how intense he is next to John Cena. Like people really didn't like that shit. This is a little more.
I mean, that's on him. I mean, that's on Rock. Is like again, like how he thought that shit was done after just 2 weeks. I'm like, imagine if the NWO had said, "Okay, we're going to bring out Hall and Nash," and it's like, you know what, we're going to go home before Hogan even gets there. So, yeah, like it's dumb shit like that.
Sorry, I didn't mean to read that back up because I want to talk about.
Pat. Oh yeah.
And then also, it's just such a good, like, it's just chant on top of chant, and then you got Heyman in the mix. And I want to say nowhere near this. Like,
I
I'm
just want to
so
know.
impressed.
I just want to know what does
Get him outta
Sami
here.
Zayn do to everybody? Because the fact that you had LeBron, spearing this guy damn near a half, and they're still like, "Yay, one more time!" I'm like, Sami Zayn is like the most pure person that they have on the roster. He is the conscience
These
of
fans ain't
WWE
loyal, bro. They don't
at
care
all.
anymore.
At
They
all. I
they
was like,
just know, hey, I want one
He-
more of whatever move y'all are doing.
He's
this
the
move looks cool.
2025 Rey Mysterio, man. He is
Yeah.
that little guy that can sell his ass off essentially.
That's a good
So,
shout. That's a really good shout.
And of course, poor Ray. He's out. He tore something in his shoulder, so he just had surgery and everything. But no, Sammy, how can you really hate that man? I'm like, he gives it so honestly. He gives everything he has. And just because you got LeBron trying to become LeBron because he's so damn brown nowadays that it's like you see that spirit and it looks so dope. It's like, yeah, like keep going. I'm like, dog, do that to Otis, not to Sammy. Like, come on, man.
So you didn't chant one more time?
No, not the Sammy.
Aw, lame. I did. One more time. I love Sammy, but those spears, like you said, they're awesome, bro. Kill him. I told you. I'm so fake. Entertain me. That's what I want. I know what I'm supposed to do.
Just
with
brutal.
the
Like be loyal to your friends, like Pat McAfee said. But yeah, Pat. Sammy, he got to come back at it now because between first of all, the story that was told on Monday as far as Seth offering Sammy the chance to go over to SmackDown and get a world title shot against Cena, and
such a nice guy.
Yeah, he's so benevolent, and I think that Sammy realized that, nah, son, you playing me, and you trying to get rid of me, so that way I ain't a threat for you, and I can't.
But you are a threat. I'm trying to help you go to somewhere where you can actually win, because this is where the big dogs are at. Woof woof.
Literally.
Like, go over there, have fun over there, and I can get you out of the way, and I can go focus on some other things, or else I'm gonna have my guy. Like, I'm not bothered with you right now. I'll stomp you while you're there.
Our kids are friends. We have play dates.
That's essentially what they said. Yeah.
And
at his wedding.
I can only imagine that now, especially with Becky being a heel too. I'm like, yeah, like you don't want to hang around with him right
now. Oh man, oh my gosh, I love it. Man, that's fun. Let's talk about that. Becky and Lyra. Shout out to Beeflim. He basically, this is his little script that they're doing right now, and he is very much enjoying it. And as me with my fakeness, I'm here for Lyra. I see her. She's standing up for herself. She's telling Becky what to think. I don't want to be you anymore. I'm my own person.
And I beat you before.
Woo!
And the fact that they already have a little bit of history going to when
I love it,
because Lyra beat Becky for the NXT Championship. Was it last year?
Yep.
I think. So she's already she put it out there like, hey, I've already beat you before. So I feel like that whole intimidation factor isn't as there as people probably think, and it's like, this might be a more straight up match than people might realize. Because I feel like, given how Lyra's been, presented so far, it's like, she's good, but it's like, why do I care? I feel like now you're gonna get a reason to finally care about her. Be like, okay, I get it now, and this is why I should rock with her.
Okay, Devin, let's keep the conversation going with just the whole Lyra and Becky situation. People are talking about how, well, first off, people are mad at Becky, or the idea that Becky stole Bailey's spot. So she's already getting heat about that. And then also it came from her that and the whole thing is, yes, that's the story. It was me, but also it really was her. And I think that they're kind of embracing it. and that's helping her as a character, but also they're embracing that, maybe she might suck. And also, that's fine. As long as you're the best wrestler out there, just be rude. Take everybody else out for your own success. That is what you're actually supposed to do in wrestling. That is what we love about wrestlers, is when they are the number one person, they are the number one person. And I dare you, motherfuckers. People love Becky Lynch for it, but they hate Charlotte Flair.
And it's different, right? Like Becky, the comeuppance of Becky Lynch versus the comeuppance of Charlotte Flair, right? And we always got to kind of look at this at the grand scheme. One happened organically, one was forced upon us. Right?
One got punched in the face and started bleeding.
And it happened, and she got over, right? Where Charlotte Flair was just always Charlotte, I think we may have said this. If we didn't, it was a long time ago, but she was the female Roman Reigns, where they just forced her upon you, and they just wanted you to accept her. But Charlotte doesn't embrace the fans, and it's just not in her personality, and that's not even from a Charlotte standpoint. That's from an Ashley Flair standpoint. she cannot connect with the fans, where Becky knows how to do that. And I think at this point, right, Becky is, she's in the tail end of her career. She has kids. And I swear they're trying to try for another one. I swear I heard that somewhere or something like that. So they're trying to squeeze the juice out of Becky.
What chats are you in, my boy?
I could have swore I heard it somewhere. I'm not in the one, my boy. I'm not in the one showing feet. I'll tell you that. I'm not in the one showing feet. I promise you that.
Oh,
God. But yeah, Becky is kind of really in that John Cena era where John Cena is able to kind of go out on his own terms. But before this, he was really just to get people over. That's essentially what Becky's doing now. She's trying to legitimize Lyra, and really make her relevant and, understand, try to be authentic for Lyra. So I think, it's weird for Becky to be the heel at this time. And it's funny just how many heels are really kind of in the area right now. It's funny how many heels there are actually present right now. But Lyra needed some way to legitimize her, and this is that opportunity to do that. That's really all I got. With that.
Okay. Let's see, we got. Oh yeah. Okay, we got a couple more things. I can't wait to watch Gunther destroy Pat McAfee. I know that's not how the story's supposed to go on it, but that's how it's obviously it's convention. But you're not going to make me cheer for Pat McAfee, and I know the whole joke, I'm fake thing, but that's one of the things that I will not buy into. The whole rooting for Logan Paul thing, I think that's just an inevitability. That's not how I feel. I don't think it's going to happen, but yeah,
I'll say this much:
look, Pat McAfee. And I just want him to get beat up, but I know that's not what's going to happen.
I'll say this much: that was a damn good promo. That was really good.
It was
really good promo. And
from Pat McAfee of all people. He talks a lot, but you just didn't know he had that in him. I think it caught me off guard. I was pleasantly surprised.
Yeah, that was the promo. I watched it back yesterday, and there's a lot of guys on that roster right now that wishes they could talk like that. A lot of them. And the one thing about it is that it felt sincere,
authentic,
and it felt natural. I feel like we went through so long where like you had guys that were just force fed so many canned lines and so much scripted shit to where it felt like none of that was scripted whatsoever. Like even if it was produced, it like he was able to pull it off in a way that just felt so real and authentic, and I feel like it connected in a way that, you know, even if you didn't fuck with Pat McAfee in general, it was like, oh, I gotta
to
see
respect that.
Yeah, and I feel like it's something where even if Gunther mops the floor with him, and obviously wins, it's like you'll know that, hey, if nothing else, he tried to ride for his boy, and he wasn't going to go down like no punk. So, you know, if nothing else, like what they did was like core wrestling to the point where it's like you want to see that guy get that evil bitch for you, and that's really it. And like I got to give that man his props because he pulled it off in a way that I don't think too many guys on their roster could do. Not too many.
I agree. It's definitely it's one of those things where it's like the bad guy wins, but at the end the people are going to win, right? Like, is Pat McAfee legitimately going to beat Gunter? No, right? But something is going to happen where Pat McAfee kind of gets the last laugh of it. But the promo in itself, I wholeheartedly agree. There's people backstage that wish that they could cut a promo like that and it feel authentic and it feel legitimate. And I think, like you said, like, and let's be honest, not too many people like Pat McAfee unless unless your morals are a certain direction. But from a WWE kind of neutral standpoint, you had to respect that. Like damn, like that was pretty damn good. You felt it, and that's really what I got. You got to respect that. It was a damn good promo. And yeah, I might have to rewatch it myself. I watched it live, but just to rewatch, like you felt something when you heard that from Mac.
It got you in the G's.
Yeah, it definitely did. So
okay, maybe I gotta watch it again.
Did you watch it?
No, I'm saying like
No.
there are more than enough reasons to be like fuck.
I get the whole thing. Like the way you guys have described it is perfect because you're like, we are Michael. Michael got picked on, like, and that we always like you want your friend to stick up for you, and he is the everyday person. But and that is like this is perfect wrestling trope.
Yeah,
but it's just. But then again, like my brain,
just can't see past Pat McAfee. Yep, you can't see past Pat McAfee.
Give him some time. This will be the moment. This could be the moment. Like once this is done and over with, where I'll be like, yeah, he sucks, but at least he's a decent wrestler. Like this accomplishes that and then some because
I don't know.
Like
this was again.
He does his thing. Like he's entertaining. Like for what he. He's just having a cup of tea. I like coffee.
But that's the thing, though. That's the thing. Like I feel like, especially like lately, because I feel like they're still chasing what they had when he first came to WWE, and he was given that good commentary. Every time he's been back, it's almost like he's doing too much. It's like turn that down just a little bit, and
he hit that like pin at the draft, but then denied that he hit the pin at the draft. When there's a video of him hitting a pin at the draft, like whether it was weed or not, we don't know. But like, why would he pick it up, hit it, and then offer it to somebody else? And they were like, "No, thank you. We're on national fucking television."
Oh, I mean, like there's plenty of stuff on record as far as like because Michael Cole had to basically check him a couple times as far as just how he was acting on their TV, but actually, like even for the dumbness that he does typically literally on a daily basis, that was it was like that was probably the most honest I think we probably have ever seen Pat McAfee. Even if it wasn't honest, it felt.
Look at him being vulnerable. Possibly.
Yeah, it works. It works.
I'm here for it. I'm here.
If you're willing
for you being here for it.
If you're willing to separate Pat McAfee from it, in like if you can kind of take it as a general person as opposed to like the Pat McAfee-ness of it, then you gotta feel it. But
that's his job.
I understand.
He can do that to me, obviously. Like because that's what I'm saying. Like John Cena, he's what I like him in movies or whatever. Like just but who he is as a character, I am enjoying. I appreciate it. Like CM Punk is the fucking man. I am slowly understanding that.
Ooh,
like,
I'm gonna tell Seth when he go to the coffee shop. Ooh.
Hey, Seth and I, the vibe is already known. You know how I feel about him. And the family. I'm shocked at Bex because
she came out there. She came to Iowa. She said, "I'm gonna be here amongst the corn people.
I'm gonna be who I am, and fuck that person. It's me. I'm back. I'm at the top now.
Eat my shit where I want. I can be where I want.
I love it. I'm here for it. I love it. Lots of leather coats. Everybody has like a leather coat nowadays.
Leather coats are back in style. Can we get the first downs back? We used to Averex coats back in style. Can we get that?
Averex.
I mean, you can. They're a little more expensive than they used to be, though.
Yeah.
Burlington Coat Factory, dog.
Hey, that coat that Seth had on Monday, $13,000. Cash, straight cash, homie.
Straight cash. Homie.
That was a really nice coat.
Yeah,
I loved it. Yeah.
What else we got, man? What else we got?
Honestly, not much. I think that's.
Have you caught up with all the Joe Hendry-ness on NXT? Have you done that?
No, I need to watch yesterday's NXT when we're done.
Yeah, they're definitely cooking up something with Trick and Joe Hendry.
Well, I mean, I saw last week's and stuff. Yeah.
Well, no, because
this week, yesterday
at the TNA pay per view Sunday after the end of the main event, Trick attacked Hendry after the match. Like that's what led to what happens on NXT and everything. So again, I think that they're definitely cooking something.
Oh yeah, he went to TNA. Oh,
yeah.
That's fun.
Yeah, man. I said the interweaving is interweaving right now. So
it definitely is.
We'll get Hendry and Trick soon.
Is that comparable? Is that insulting to TNA that NXT, that is WWE's minor league, is comparable to TNA's champion?
I think for where a lot of those guys are, because like TNA is probably
it's a downgrade. Let's be honest.
It's a downgrade, but at the same time, like I feel like they're at least still relatively organized, unlike some people.
Sure.
And I feel like they at least know where they're at, and they're like, hey, if nothing else, we get the exposure from being on WWE, and it might draw in some more eyes, and hopefully, I'm not sure what the end goal is here. I mean, obviously having the moment at WrestleMania with Hendry and Orton, that was really huge. Now it's a matter like how do you build on from that to where more people want to keep watching and more people want to see what TNA is about, and not just when the TNA people are on WWE. And
I think this is a great way of doing that.
Yeah. What are those ones called when two of the companies come together?
The
Forbidden Doors. And because the whole talk is WWE doesn't want to do something like that. It would take a very long time because TNA would have to they're gonna have to legitimize, strengthen some people, blah 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 blah. But I feel like that's an end goal. You asked like what is an end goal? To be able to do a Forbidden Door at TNA.
I think you could do that with NXT. Of course, they already announced as part of the AAA deal they'll have a show in June together. So you might have like NXT, TNA, AAA, all in one space. But I mean, just the fact that we're even this far
Survivor Series
into it, like, yeah.
I think they're showing that AAA so they can be like, look at what we got, and then push them down because people legitimately don't know about them.
I mean, but that's the thing though, because like AAA has a really big audience. They have a really big audience. I mean, because like it's all Spanish language, so it's like it's like for them it's big, but for us,
for WWE, yeah, that's what I'm saying, and that's why it makes more sense for them to do the Forbidden Door. TNA, you can find they just bought something, they need to show it out at least once. It makes sense.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
That was probably part of the purchase.
Sure.
Was like, hey, all right, well then we got to do one of these Forbidden Doors, but it's like, what is it going to be? They showed me their main guy, whatever his name, he was with Ray Phoenix. He's tiny.
Now tiny in Mexico.
Vikingo.
Yeah, tiny in Mexico works. How it translates over here, we'll see.
Yes.
But
what we're used to seeing, like I get that they're all going to be flipping and it's going to be fun and everything, but how many of those people are they're going to have time to have to build up? Like Rey Mysterio, he's going to be hurt, but it's like, who's going to jump on their side to tag team with some of their people to help them get a win?
I think
that's what's going to have to happen.
I think the interesting thing there is that
does Dominic fight with somebody?
Absolutely. Oh, absolutely. That's absolutely happened. That absolutely has to happen. I think the interesting thing there is that, especially because they really haven't been introduced well to the English language audience, it's like, how did they go about doing it? Because I don't know if they can like migrate their whole tape library right away to Peacock or whatever. But I do believe that there is definitely a learning period where it's like who should we get familiar with right away?
Even if you don't get any money from it, like they should just throw that shit on Netflix.
That's not the worst idea. But yeah, like just finding ways to where they could introduce their roster to the English language audience, and so like by the time that Worlds Collide comes or whatever else comes with the main roster, you're like, okay, I at least have a baseline knowledge of X, Y, and Z, and going from there. But I'm halfway curious about as far as like how this will all translate together, because like you have a lot of ecosystems really coming together, and I guess you'll have the WWE ecosystem will be all over the place, because they got hands in TNA, they got hands in AAA, they got hands over in Japan. They probably still got stuff over in Europe as well. Like, the tentacles, even for what the old man had in mind, I feel like this is even surpassing that. So, exciting times ahead.
Looking forward to it. I mean, this could definitely be a Survivor Series-esque kind of thing. And I mean, as popular as Survivor Series has been, I mean, even just between Raw, SmackDown, and NXT, to have other brands incorporated into it, this could be big. I think I see the vision.
Okay.
Like I said, in due time, Kronk gonna be like, hey, I love it. I told you.
The greatest
I told
thing
you.
ever. Why did they do this earlier?
I do not say the greatest thing ever, but I will say it's fun. I will embrace it. But again, I have to be sold. Make it fucking entertaining.
It'll get there.
And it is not. And I love.
As long as The Rock saves the way, they'll get there.
But it's like, bro. Okay. All right. AAA. Woo! All right, that's everything.
Where could we find the show, Kronk?
Oh, I was trying to decide if I was gonna be like, I come off like such an asshole. Yeah, and I love it because I'm like, I mean these things, but I don't mean to come out this way. But it's like it is what it is.
All right, Charlotte.
Yeah.
All right, Charlotte.
I was about to say, incorporate that
I'm not
personality,
royalty.
man.
I'm not. Hey, I'm more. It's just saying, like, make me care. Like, it's not. I'm a fan here. I can have.
It's still real to me, damn it.
Still real to me.
YFW podcast on Blue Sky and Instagram. Subscribe, like, review, rate, review, comment, all those things that you do. Follow, repost, save, favorite, add to playlists, like do all those damn things. We appreciate you. Devin, let people know where they can find you.
Devin Pugh at Blue Sky. DEVINPUGH at Blue Sky. _ Devin Pugh on Instagram. And also on the FTCUTD.com Blue Sky. Talking all things.
Hey, we got an episode coming. We got an episode dropping in about a couple of hours.
Oh, that's exciting.
Yeah, it's taken entirely too long to finally get this thing off the ground. FTC UTD on the Bird Box, FTCUTD.com on Blue Sky, FTC UTD Pod on IG and TikTok, and anywhere else I don't know. But I even fixed my Blue Sky is grego.ftcutd.com, like, you know, all handled under the domain and everything. So
it's like a gang. Why do all you guys have such the FTCD? That's
you know,
that's scary. That's scary.
Gang members.
Oh my gosh.
But yeah, we out here. Yeah. So, and of course, we definitely shout out to, the pod on there, and let's see, we got some good stuff. Of course, you know, Champions League. Talking about the possible calendar change. We got all over the place, man. We good.
I want to. Devin, have you seen that video of the Baltimore kids reading that like aren't and aren't like
Aaron?
Yeah.
Yes. Mm-hmm.
I mean, you know, the Baltimore accent is legendary. But
it is so great because they think they like. Do you think it's a joke? Like, or do you think it's serious? No. It looked pretty serious.
No,
it's not a joke. It is not a joke.
It's very real, and like,
I know, but
if you're not used to it, if you're not used to it, it'll throw you off. But of course, if you happen to meet a real fine woman that happens to have that accent, dog, you good. You just
catch them on YouTube.
They thought they were really nailing that shit, and that's what's so great. They're just confidence. They're like, "Bruh, that's what it says. What are you doing? Why are you talking like that? We are saying what you're saying. What are you doing?" I loved it. So
Memphis, Baltimore, New Orleans. I said the separation is really ain't that much. It's all right there. It's all right there.
All right, Greg, go say the thing.
You got Devin, you got Crunk, you got Grego. This is your favorite wrestling podcast. If you can't be good, at least show up unlike The Rock. We'll see y'all soon. Yeah.
Oh my God. Why?